So, inspired by running with Mark's video the other day, I wanted to sort of talk to you, I suppose, about my running journey and how I came to begin and what the history of it all is. And I guess it's fair to say straight off the bat, I'm in no way somebody who did any kind of professional, semi-professional, or anything really at school. Going through primary school and secondary school, the most I ever ran was 100 metres. That was, I dare say, specialist area. I just couldn't run any further than that. I was always just too tired. I wasn't able to maintain. I didn't know what I was doing, so it was just a case of all out for that number of seconds, and that was it. And normally get to the end and just feel completely wrecked. But that's all I did. We were a really active family. We used to do lots of bits and pieces at the weekend. We used to go walking, swimming, all of that stuff. Through secondary school, I was team captain for my kind of like my house, if you like, our group. So I'd select people to join our team, and we'd do like inter-house teams. So you'd be against other people in the same year group as you. I don't know why I got voted in as team captain, because there were plenty of people in my year who did lots of sports outside of school and belonged to clubs, but I never did. But nevertheless, I was selected, and we used to do basketball, cricket, rugby. I think we did running as well. I can't quite remember, to be honest with you. But anyway, when I finished school, through university, I never really did anything much. Did a bit of badminton at the weekend. I've always just kept it, I suppose, very recreational, very leisurely. I never committed myself to doing anything properly. And I used to love walking, and so there wasn't really anything going on in my life that was particularly exciting in terms of sport. And I never really considered myself to be very sporty. I could always have a go at things, but I was never amazing at anything in particular. And it's because I didn't apply myself, basically. It wasn't because I was without ability. I could have, I think, gone a lot further with my badminton. I really enjoyed that. I felt I was quite good at it. Other sports as well, even like swimming. I used to love swimming. But yeah, it's all about application. I just never really wanted to do anything like that. I was quite happy just to continue with my life as it was. So then I guess I'm trying to get the timeline correct on this, but I had one of those summers back in 2016 where everything kind of fell apart. But in falling apart, I was able to put things back together in the right way, a way that allowed me to really focus on myself and allowed me to focus on what I wanted from my life. And like start afresh. And I think everybody goes through those moments in their life at some point or other. And it was like wiping the slate clean and just kind of coming back stronger and being not a different person, but just being the person I was supposed to be, and not the person I'd become. And so what I decided to do, instead of returning to work full-time, I returned to work part-time, which allowed me some opportunity to then travel and go to see some place I'd never seen before. I went to Rome. I'd never seen the Colosseum. It was just something that I wanted to do. Family members had been there. I went to Spain. I just did a lot of cool things around Europe that I'd never done. And the intention was I was going to go further afield as well. Now, I think it was December of 2017, I had a car crash. Somebody came around the corner, wasn't looking where they were going, and drove into me head on, so that was pretty nasty. But what happened in the meantime is I booked an experience out in Las Vegas. I wasn't interested really in the gambling side of things at all. I just wanted to go skydiving, and I wanted to see the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon was actually booked first, and the skydiving was booked second on a bit of a whim. And I just thought, if you're going to do it over the desert. And one of my favourite films is the film Point Break, the original, not the new rubbish version. And you kind of had that vision of thinking, yeah, I'm going to jump out that plane, I'm going to be soaring through the sky. It was an incredible experience, actually. It's one of the first videos that I uploaded onto this YouTube channel, which wasn't a running channel when I originally did it. It was just linked to one of my accounts I had. So I'll link that above, and it's just for you to have a look at if you want to. That was an incredible experience. But it meant, because of my car accident and buying a new car and things, long story short, I had to go back to work full time just because of finances. And what I decided to do was, in that year of 2018, what it would be now, 2018, when I decided this is what I wanted to do, was spend the year just booking some experiences and doing things I'd never done before. And one of those experiences was to think about running in the Brighton Marathon. So I'd come back from Vegas in the January, and I was about to return to work full time. I had a holiday booked in Spain, in Palma, which is one of my favourite places in the world to just go, because it's local and it's really, really simple and straightforward for me to get to. By local, I mean it's like 2 hours away on the plane, so it's not proper international. And anyway, one of those days when I was out there, I walked 20 miles, and I thought, you know what? If I can walk 20 miles, why don't you think about jogging it? And that was in February, and I had it in my mind, and I didn't really do anything with it until, I guess it was around about April time, when I decided, you know what, if you're going to do this properly, then really focus on the goal in hand. So I just had a couple of lively dogs who weren't on leads, and the owners were miles away just jumping up and down. So I thought, sort of filming that, because it wasn't the most pleasant experience, I just would turn off for a moment. But anyway, so I then sat down and made the decision that I would start running, and the idea was I was going to document my journey every single day, every step of the way. And for a couple of reasons. First of all, I never really experienced YouTube before, and I thought, hey, why not? I guess initially I thought about it would be good accountability to know that I had to record something every day, and therefore I wouldn't not do what I was planning to do, which was to train every day. At that stage I had no idea what it really took to run a marathon. I just knew that I would need to run regularly to get there, and so I started to record the journey and document it. And it wasn't for anybody really else to see necessarily, even though it was public on YouTube, but in terms of family, friends, it was never something that was supposed to be out there for them to look at. Well, they could do if they want to now, I suppose, but I don't promote it that way. And the idea was that I would look back, and I know that I want to spend a bit of time, especially in the few days leading up to marathon, just looking back at some of those early videos and seeing what I was up to and my mindset, because I really am quite thankful that I've been able to spend this last year running and getting towards that goal. I've decided to walk and talk because it would seem that the one place that I chose to sit in the middle of a huge hill is the one place that everybody was deciding to walk straight through in front of me or behind me. I don't know why that is, but it is one of those things. So anyway, in terms of me and my running, I didn't really start until, I guess, about a year ago, and I was just fiddling around, having a go, no real idea of what I was doing other than just wanting to get out there, wanting to enjoy the idea of running, and then enjoy the process of running as well. And to know that in the early days I did like a half marathon, I think, really quite quick into my journey, but it wasn't done the right way. I just remember running and not even having the right kind of equipment. I just ran around. I don't even know how I did it. To this day I don't know how I did it, but the result of that was then I think I spent the following 2 weeks in a really bad way, because at that point I didn't know about recovery, I didn't know about foam rolling, I didn't know about stretching, and it sounds really ridiculous the more I think about it now, but I guess when everybody starts something new, unless you have someone to guide you, you just don't know what you're doing. And then I started to see more on YouTube, and I'll do a proper thank you video to some of the people who have helped me to get to where I've got to. Obviously it's my legs that have carried me there, but the advice, the guidance, the wisdom has been second to none, and I truly appreciate it. And it's a heartfelt thanks for everything that people have done, whether they know or not. You know, the hours that I've spent watching videos on YouTube has been so worth it. In fact, I don't remember the last time I watched TV. I spent my whole life just watching YouTube and just gaining so much of an understanding about this sport and what it offers and what people have to go through to get to where they need to get to. So it brings me back to present day, and present day is the marathon is a matter of weeks away, or days in fact. And I'm just so excited to even have the opportunity to run in the marathon, and it's something that is quite incredible. I mean, I speak to my family who are now slightly more involved, and they understand what I've done. I don't think they really understand fully what I've done, but they know what I was like growing up, and they know what I've been like in recent years, and they know that actually I've had to become more of an athlete in the last year to get myself in a position to be able to run this marathon. They know me well. They know that I wasn't ever the fittest and the most keen, and they've supported me in recent months on this journey. But I think until I do it, even they are going to be slightly I suppose slightly questioning what is going on here. And I spoke to the family yesterday, and I just said, the thing is about this marathon journey, I knew when I started it and when I booked it, booking it so many days into the journey, I knew based on my stubbornness, when I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it. And that's what I'd always said in my early videos when I was having a tough time. I don't care if I have to walk it, it's going to be something that I do. I'm going to do the marathon, I'm going to participate, I'm going to be a competitor, and whether it involves me walking, crawling, I'm getting over that finish line. So yeah, it's been a really exciting journey for me. It's been something that has just opened my eyes to a world of possibilities, and if I can, I'm going to look to do some more running in different locations around the country and possibly around the world. If I can kind of twin it with a trip away as well, that'd be really nice, because I do want to do more with this. Now I know that I've got the ability to at least achieve half marathon distances. I do want to explore it some more, and I think it's important that when you really get your teeth into something, you've got to give yourself the best shot to succeed, and that's what hopefully I've done by working as hard as I have over the last year.